Well, hello once again, and thank you for joining me here on the beach. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Earl, and I'm an alcoholic. I come on here basically to give you guys some sort of inspiration to quit drinking. Now, I'm not here to tell you you need to quit drinking. I'm here to tell you what a fantastic thing it was that happened when I quit drinking. There's so much more to recovery than not drinking. And we'll talk about that at some point. The message that I want to deliver to you today is what a fantastic life it can be without alcohol. You know, one of the things that I like to do, I love to go to the beach. I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy. And I like to go camping. I ran across I don't know what you'd call it, a meme, maybe on social media. And it said something along the lines of, camping without beer is just sitting in the woods. I see the humor in that, you know, because that's the way I used to camp. Hell, that's the way I used to do everything. Fish, go to the beach, everything included alcohol in one way or another. You know, I'll never forget when I first stopped drinking, it was tough because I really didn't know what I liked. You know, I liked everything as long as it had alcohol. One of the funniest memories for me is going fishing for the first time sober. Now, I live in Florida. I mean, look, I'm right on the ocean, okay? I can fish right off the sand here. You know, I can do some offshore fishing. There's a river not far from here. I can fish out of that. There's plenty of opportunities to fish. The problem is that now I've quit drinking, and what's fishing look like without alcohol? Well, like I said, I liked everything as long as it included alcohol. And what I found was, fishing without alcohol, it's not fishing that I liked. It was the alcohol. Turns out, I don't even like fishing. It's kind of boring, actually. Now, that doesn't mean that just because I don't like fishing doesn't mean that I can't still enjoy some of the things that I did while I was drinking. For example, going to the beach. What I've found is that it's even better because it takes away the covering up of emotions. Alcohol covered my emotions. I come here and, man, I am grateful. I'm loving this weather. I'm grateful for the fact that I live in Florida, you know? I mean, if I get warm, I'll jump in that water. I don't care. This is a great life. And I can't possibly allow alcohol to continue to destroy it, because that's what happened to me. My life was destroyed by alcohol. So even though, you know, not everybody has this problem that I have, a lot of us do. And especially those who rely on alcohol for like everything. Because I did. I relied on alcohol to provide the good times. If there was no alcohol, how could you have a good time? You know, I remember when I found out that there were some movie theaters that actually served alcohol. Hey, I don't have to smuggle a bottle into the movie theater anymore. Oh, boy. Nothing was as good without alcohol. And you know what? I have found that just the opposite is true. Nothing is as good as without alcohol. Now, you know, those who are drinking, that doesn't make any sense at all. Those who have quit drinking and are in recovery know exactly what I'm talking about. To feel something, truly feel something. You know, to have an emotion that's not crowded over by alcohol. It's not suppressed by alcohol. An emotion that is real. It comes straight from the heart. I don't know how I had relationships at all. You know, I look back on past relationships when I was drinking. Man, they were rocky at best. I mean, every relationship. You know, there's no way I could possibly be completely honest about my emotions because I didn't know what my emotions were. You know, they say if you start drinking at 15 and all of a sudden you decide at 40 to quit drinking, emotionally speaking, you're about 15 years old because you have no idea what these emotions are, how it's supposed to feel. Emotions have been stunted by alcohol. And that's sad. That's really sad. I get to feel my emotions. Now that doesn't always, that's not always pleasant. You know, that was one of the things about alcohol that I liked, was that if it was an uncomfortable emotion, I could drink it away. I could cover it up with alcohol. Well, you know, when you cover all your emotions with alcohol, you're really ripping yourself off. And it turns out those uncomfortable emotions that I had covered up with alcohol in the past, those weren't all that bad. It was more the fear of those emotions that I was trying to cover up. I was covering the fear. And as you go through recovery and go through the steps, you'll find that fear plays a big part in us alcoholics. So, I guess what I'm getting at is, you know, as a drinker, looking at quitting drinking, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. It's going to be boring. It's going to be awful. I won't be able to have any more fun in my life. It couldn't be any farther from the truth. Further? Something like that. It couldn't be any further from the truth. It is so fun being sober because I'm truly feeling the emotions that I have. You know, I come out here and, you know, if I was drinking, it'd be like, oh yeah, there's the ocean, there's a seagull, there's some shells and sand. Yeah. But see, as a sober man, I come out here and, oh man, I can smell the salt air, the sound of those waves. It's almost intoxicating. The feel of the shells crunching under my feet, the sand, just the beautiful birds that are flying and fishing in the water, and it's just, I get to feel those things today. And in the past when I was drinking, they were covered up, completely covered up with alcohol. So if you think that quitting drinking is going to be boring, dull, glum, man, I tell you what, you know, in certain things in life that I've done, like, there was no way I would ever get up and go dancing without some sort of lubrication, if you will. Today, I'm not any better of a dancer, but I ain't afraid to get out there and dance either, even sober. I don't have to cover the fear of looking like a fool. I don't have to cover that up with alcohol. I just look like a fool, you know. Hell, I looked like a fool when I was drinking doing it. In fact, I probably really looked like a fool drinking doing it. Other things that you wouldn't think. Try sex without alcohol. Huh? When's the last time you did that? No more covering up. No more covering up your inhibitions. No more covering up, the fears and all of the stuff that alcohol covered. It's just raw and beautiful. So, if you're experiencing the fear of quitting drinking before you even quit drinking, you're not giving it a chance, that's for sure. So my suggestion is to listen to this video and listen for those positive things about not drinking. Now, I could go on and on and on about the negative things about drinking, but I wanted to talk about the positive things of not drinking. What positive comes out of not drinking? Today, as a sober alcoholic, I have healthy relationships. I don't have to cover the emotions that I have. I don't have to have fear. I don't have to try to be somebody that I'm not. I'm comfortable with who I am. I like the guy that I see in the mirror, and I certainly could not say that before. Today, I can honestly say that without alcohol, I'm happy, I'm joyous, and I'm free. So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.